She was giving him all her business, right? And he was like, come on, girl, give me the groceries. Give me the groceries. And I was like, who's shopping?
Groceries.
Who gave the groceries? What groceries?
Are we at Harris Theater?
Is this Progress?
Is that a mohawk?
Yes, it's a mohawk. My sister did it for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like black girl magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think of it as a mohawk. It looks
Because it
a
had
little
the
bit
braids and then the little thing. Okay, maybe because the headphones are on, you can't see it as much as it. But it is the mohawk. It's like a fancy mohawk.
Nice.
I know.
You look like a Street Fighter character.
I know.
Do you play Street Fighter?
Yo, Ryu kick. You know, when I tell that joke about the joke about like beating the black off of you, people don't get it, you know. And I know, like, you know, culturally it's like, oh, we don't hit and spank our kids anymore, but black people always spank their kids. It's only like a little small smidge of us that don't spank the kids. Don't, like, yo, we need to go back to it. When my mom said she was gonna knock the color off of me, I really didn't know what color I was gonna be. I really thought she could do that stuff. Like, this was real deal stuff. I mean, their parents used to say crazy stuff. I'm gonna knock the taste out your mouth. The taste? The whole taste?
Yeah.
Like,
How does that
happen?
You're like trying to think about it, like,
what?
Can I live without tasting? No, probably not.
No. I mean,
I should probably behave.
I'm the oldest of four of us. It's four of us. And I remember trying to run away with my middle two. We climbed out the window. We had our book bags packed. We got to the corner.
How old?
I might have been like 9 or 10, and they were like 7 and 6. And we were like, we running away. She don't give us no candies. That was her like favorite candy. She don't give us nothing. We just leave, right? So we got our book bag on. And we like, we're leaving. We got to the corner and we was like, she gonna spank us. We better go back home. That was the deterrent. Not the life.
How far did you get?
To the corner. Like, we got to the corner. We talking shit.
Like corner of the block.
The block.
Oh, that's far for
yes. And we were like, she can go do this to us. And we got there. We got to the corner. We stood there. We was like, we better get back home because she gonna spank us.
Yeah, you just like thought about it for a second. Yeah.
Not that life or nothing was gonna get us, or people was gonna harm us or steal us, or how we gonna eat tonight. We thought about, we better go back home because she gonna do us dirty.
Yeah, you just pictured yourself covered in bruises and like
and it wasn't like people like, oh my God, call Dyfus. It was like, yo, y'all get ready to get a pop. Y'all better cut it out.
Yeah. They say every generation grows up softer and softer. Mm-hmm. Is that, you think that's true?
I think it is. I mean, look at bullying, right? Mm-hmm. People, when we were in high school, we were in grade school and whatever, and they be like, yo mama. You be like, yo mama, right? Now you say to mama, you cannot talk about my mother that way because you know, like that. It's so different. They just be like, oh, look at your teeth or your eyebrows. My eyebrows was together. Okay, so
you had Middle Eastern eyebrows.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, we all have Arabic names. My mom, we were raised Muslim until I was in like, I want to say 8th grade.
Didn't I tell you her name's Arabic?
Yeah,
before you got here, I was like, Al-Nisa.
Al-Nisa. I used to use that as my like bait in the 90s. I'd be like, I'm your woman, the woman.
So did you guys speak any Arabic or no?
My mom did. I remember dressing in hijab and everything, like up till kindergarten, and then after that she didn't make us dress when we went to school, but we would go to the mosque and we would pray at home. And most of that was because that was her boyfriend, which was my dad at the time. They didn't marry, but whatever.
Oh, it was his influence.
And then
it wasn't
she was raised
her
Christian.
family. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, she was raised Christian, and then she was like, met a man, and he took her somewhere, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna stay with him. That part. So
religion's pretty exotic. I think people get into it when it's new sometimes, and it's like, you start learning about all this thing that your religion doesn't, so you get so interested, and you're like,
it's really intoxicating. I mean, when you start to think about different things, and even things that I look at now, even though that, you know, I'm a Christian and I don't practice anything with Muslim. I have a Quran. I have a Quran. We've read it because I read different things to know the contrast, the differences, the similarities, different things like that. So it's just different. And to me, I just wanted to be inside my children. So that's like my children, my mom be like, you should be doing Bible verses with them all the time. They should be memorizing it. Yeah, they got to memorize some stuff because it's some things that it gives you like motivation, you know? Yeah. So that's my part. That's my take on religion. Not to be so, this is what you do.
Like the rituals or the, see, that's the thing. That's the rituals is like, it gets weird for me. That's when I think if it brings spirituality to your life, then why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like we didn't eat pork. Yeah. Like, so we didn't eat pork the whole time growing up. I eat applewood bacon now. Woohoo! That's my stuff. I cannot have pork chops because I get sick. I don't know why. I can't have like, I think I had ribs at one of my friend's house and I was like earling the whole thing. But I could do some bacon, bro. Put some bacon on that sandwich.
Dude, the first time I had bacon, I think I was like 12. Like, this is how late, like, and I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my family, right? Because I was like, yo, like, if my dad finds out, that's it, done.
It is so different. And even my mom, she'd be like, you can't eat Jell-O. It has gelatin in it. She still does some stuff now. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm just about
I thought we got over this when I was a teenager. Wait,
I'm 13 with me. And, and I forgot how old my sister and my brother was, but it was about 13, 8th grade. And we was going to church all the time. And that was another one. That was just like, we fall asleep. We was in it wasn't Baptist. It was like Holiness Church, which is whole different than Baptist. We'll sleep there. We wake up at midnight and it's like, oh, time to go home. Everybody stop singing. It's like that.
I was having this conversation with someone just like earlier this week about how people like, believe in religion. Like religion, they buy into so much more than science a lot of times. Like religion is so much more sexier to the public versus science. And you have a bunch of people that just don't like science. It's so boring. Like if you look at a scientist, how boring they are when they present. And then if you look at a pastor or like an imam or like a rabbi, like they're so much more charismatic compared to a scientist,
because they have a little bit of showmanship. I remember, so this pastor down here, and he was talking to one of the tech people, and a tech person said something about, you're an entertainer, and he was like, I am not. I am providing the Holy Ghost. And like he went in on his kid.
I'm the source of the Holy Ghost, motherfucker.
But it is theatrical. When you look at how they represent, or if they speak about whatever, if they're speaking out of any book or religion, they're up there on their stage, they're talking, they're being very theatrical. There's different words, there's different things, there's a cadence to it. It's a whole thing, you know. They make an emphasis on different points, so it is a little bit of entertainment and theatrical. Nobody wants to sit there and just be like this and falling asleep, so they had to put stuff in that punches, you know.
Exactly. There's a rhythm. There's but see, in science they don't. Maybe science should start learning from religion. Like, seriously.
They do. Look at Bill Nye, the science guy. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Bill Nye.
Right.
I met him. I met him. Okay, so he gave the inaugural speech. I used to love him, dude. And then after this incident, I'm like, fuck this guy. He gave the inaugural speech at our school when I graduated, right? And we were walking up, and I told my mom, I'm like, hey, mom, this dude is famous. I used to watch him on TV. He used to like talk about science. And like, I'm really into science and engineering. So like, I like, you know, kind of love this guy's shows. And my mom goes up to him. He's like, can I take a picture with you and my son, please? Because I'm like, mom, please don't ask him. Please. No, I'm going to go ask him. I'm like, mom, please don't. I just graduated college, mom. Don't be embarrassing. And she's like, no, I'm going to do it. So she goes up to him, can you take a picture with me and my son, please? And he's like, no.
I know.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I was embarrassed, but don't be fucking like denying my sweet mom for a picture. My mom felt so like hurt. I'm like, And then I had to be like, Mom, fuck that guy, dude. Like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, from now on, I hate this guy. Fuck that guy.
I've had that happen to me. All right. So every year, before COVID, we were going down to New Orleans for the Essence Festival. It's just big music festival, for Essence Magazine. Boris Kodjoe. I'm sitting there, like, just chilling. Boris Kodjoe walks by. I was like, whoa, hey. And I stand up, got my picture, and I was like, can you take a picture with me? He was like, no. Like that, and put his hand up like he was like Heisman and me. Like, no. And I was like, fuck you. You still cute, but fuck you. I'm not gonna watch that no more. My sister's so sexier than me. Like, I'm sexy, but she's like Jessica Rabbit sexy, and I'm like Jessica Jones sexy. It's two different ones.
I don't know who those two people are.
Oh my God, Jessica Rabbit from Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
The movie, the Vivacious wife. All right, that's my sister.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Red hair. Okay, we're gonna pull it up after this.
Yeah.
Then Jessica Jones is a badass comic book from DC Comics that they used to have on Netflix, but you gotta watch on Disney now because they bought all that stuff. Okay, so then.
Thank you for the education.
Anytime.
I appreciate it.
Jessica Jones beats Billy Badass people.
Gotcha.
That's me.
Okay.
My sister is the other one.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we walking next to Wale. My sister's like, oh, shimmy, everything is up. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, it's Wale. Can we take a picture with you? And he was like, no, sorry, sis. I don't want to take pictures if I start, right? If I stop, then everybody's going to come and start with me, whatever. Because we was like the only ones that recognized him. He was walking with his bodyguards. And I was like, oh shit, that's Wale. And he was like, no, sis. But he was nice when he said it. He didn't just say, nah, and keep it going. He was like, no, sis, I won't. If I do. And he gave us an explanation. I'm not because of this, right? And then my sister sends, I like you. I really like you as a rapper, but I loved you when I found out that you liked dag. Oh, now I can't think of the show. Now I'm not gonna be able to think of the show. Oh man. Now I'm not gonna even think of the show. It's gonna come to me if I start talking and I say just a random show. Then oh man, now I can't do it.
It's that weed, bro.
No, I'm just kidding. In the mom brain. I swear, I have a paper calendar. Then I got a calendar on my phone. Then I gotta write other stuff down.
But you didn't write this down.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, all right.
Seinfeld. He loves Seinfeld. I knew it was going to come to me. I was like,
dude, you were just trying to add suspense. You were just trying to add suspense to the story. You knew the whole time.
No, I didn't. That brain said, burp, burp, fart. When is it a nice time to fart in front of somebody? Because I tooted in front of my new friend. And I was like, I think this was too soon.
We haven't gone for a third coffee date yet.
Oh my gosh, new friend. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's after the third coffee date.
Okay, after the third, I'm ready to.
That's the rule of thumb.
Yep, it wasn't. Fart in front of me still. Oh my gosh, that is so good.
What? I've totally farted in front of you. You just haven't heard.
Accident. Oh, right.
By accident?
So the laugh. That's what happened with me. It was a laugh and toot. It was a laugh. I was like, but it was over the laugh. Like you heard it over the laugh. I was like, I didn't mean to do that.
Shit.
Didn't mean to do that.
That was.
That is so nice.
I'm just trying to be courteous.
That is so nice. I don't want to listen to you defending your poots. Like you can't defend it. It's just okay. That's nice that you do that. Most men be like, bow, 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 bow. Okay, growing up, remember I told you it was so many rules. Moms and dads always had. My mom said we couldn't say fart. I swear I never said fart until I got to college.
Like say the word.
You couldn't say fart. We had to say pass gas or toot it. Oh my goodness, yes.
Dude, I love the word fart.
I couldn't say it. Like it was like added to my added curse words in college.
As a kid, I had this shirt that said "Who farted" in big letters. I fucking loved it. I lost it somehow. I don't know where it went, but it was like huge letters, like "Who farted."
Baby poop is like no other. That is monstrous. I don't care what is going on, baby.
Is it worse than adult poop?
Awful. Yes.
Really?
It's awful.
Baby I haven't been around.
Baby poop is horrible. It's ooh.
Me?
Yeah.
I've helped, but I didn't breathe the whole time.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I've never done a solo. I've never done a solo change before.
Solo change it changed your life.
The solo part of it.
Yes. All right. So here's my story. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's turning 13 tomorrow. I'm so happy. So anyway, she's like, well, she was maybe like 1 or 2, and she might have been a little bit 1, right? And I used to put her in the playpen, the pack and play, and put her in the little pack and play, little square thing. You just put her inside.
Yeah.
I see your face. You was like, I don't know what that is.
No,
I don't know.
I'm trying to imagine. I've seen it in movies. I think.
Yes, it's just a little square thing. It's you keep them in there so they don't kill themselves. And then you can go somewhere and do something.
I've seen it in movies, but I've never seen one in real life.
Okay, I had 2. You had to have one at the grandparents' house, and you had to have one at your house. So I would fall asleep in my big chair. I'm falling asleep, and I knew I had put her in there. And she was standing in front of me. And I was like, how the hell? Why is she standing in front of me? And I was smoking weed at the time too. But I was like, I know. I put that girl in there. So I did it again. But then I fake slept.
What?
That girl shimmied out of there. She threw a leg over the thing, held on to the playpen, and lowered herself like a little criminal. Like, it was awesome. But you was like, I could never leave this kid alone again, because at least you knew I could leave her alone, go to the bathroom, go do something in the house or whatever without her hurting herself. Now she knew how to climb out of that bad boy. That's how I knew their minds work so differently and so fast. And when she shimmied out, the whole back of her little onesie had poop stuff, because she did a little poop stuff and had drizzled down that leg out the diaper, because she must have pulled that diaper over to the side, because that's what kids do. They pull it over to the side and take their toots. Yeah, she just pulled it over the side.
I just need to adjust it. That's all I need. Just so I can walk.
Oh my goodness. I mean, even when I was a preschool teacher, potty training little boys was harder than potty training little girls. It's just a given rule. But everybody that was potty training, whenever it got to the tingles, was good. They would go to the bathroom, do this stuff. But whenever it was time to toot, it was like, you don't tell me when to toot. You don't tell me when to poopy. I poopy when I want to poopy. And then they'll run behind their little chair and they sit there, and all you see is a little head, and they be in the corner. Whole face, it never failed. I'll be like, what you doing over there? You in there pooping? You should go to the bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom. You put poopy and pee in the potty. My daughter, she used to do it. I'm telling you, she used to do crazy stuff. When I found out that she can get out of the playpen. It was sleepless nights, because we would put her in the room and I had to go and check in on the crib, because if she could do it in the playpen, I knew she could do it in the crib. And had everything on her little dresser. And one night I went in there because I didn't hear anything on the little monitor, and I go in there. She had smeared Vaseline all over her whole body. She was butt naked, and then she took powder and did like this all over. So I'm walking there, all I see eyes with Vaseline and powder. And all I could do was just sit on the floor and laugh. And then I just shook my head and I said, I can't do this. This is hard.
What did you do? Like, what do you even do at that point? Like, how are you supposed to clean anything?
Like I said, I just laughed. I went and took it you take it to the shower like this. You hold it up like this. And then you just put it in the shower and just start
They're trying to like claw at you while you're
just the shower, just start wiping their face like you waxing a car. Just wax it all over.
Oh my God.
Yo, kids are crazy, man. I swear, I had plenty of them. Look at them crying. That joke was hilarious, though.
Dude,
I was like,
I
sat on the floor and laughed, and then I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah.
That's insane, man.
That's why most of my jokes is about kids, my children, and different stuff that I see, and when the little kids talk to me and say stuff to me. Like one of my teachers that I used to work with, she was like, yo, you're the kid whisperer. I was like, nah, I just talk to them like regular people. I'd be like, yo, what you doing, bro? Don't do that. Look at my face. I'm not laughing. That's not funny. Like, I used to talk to them like regular people, not little kids.
My nephew, I see that in him, man. Sometimes he's really mean to his friends too, but to adults he's not. He's
How old is he?
He's 8.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the time where they're observant.
Kids can be mean though at a young age sometimes because
yeah.
they're very honest. Mm-hmm. So he's like that. He's in this like very 100% honesty like phase where you're like, oh man, this is reflection right now.
Yeah.
Because I see my nephew telling me everything that's wrong with me and like,
right.
like I'm like, ugh.
Did you gain weight? Like my daughter, like, man, those pants don't look right. You got to tuck that in. I'm like, really? Stop! Don't be like that.
My nephew told me once because I'm bald underneath. He's like, you should keep shaving your head so it doesn't look like you're bald.
You just go in your room and cry because they just peel the layer of your self-confidence off. It's the damn kid.
And I'm like, where's my hat?
I'm never taking it off again. I see why LL never took it off there, man.
I'm taking it off my headset. I don't want to.
It is the truth. I mean, I'm so serious. Kids are so funny. Like, all right, so we got 5. All right. That it's definitely something that you got to do. Kids are funny. I had to tell you. I'll come back and tell you that story about her. She put a seed in my ear, a watermelon seed.
While you were sleeping.
No, I was sitting up and she just
wait. How did you not?
She touched
she
my
like pin
ear.
you down?
No, I'm telling you, she just came and touched my ear and it was ever so lightly. I thought she was climbing up to me to hug me or something. And she came and she just said and touched my ear. And then I said, "Did you put something in my ear?" And she was like, "Yeah, a seed," and skipped off. Yeah. To the sum of $300 for them to take that seed out my ear from urgent care. I hope this is enough deterrent to not procreate for some people.
Whatever, man. Whatever. If we're encouraging people to not have kids, that's fine. I think that's good for the population. It's good for the planet. If anything, we're heroes right now because we're trying to prevent overpopulation. So we are heroes right now. We're doing mankind a fucking favor.
Think about it. That's a great way to think about it. I was like, I want children. I can't wait to have children. And now I'll be like, why y'all talking to me?
What? Oh, 1 minute? Oh,
every time she said, every time
I'm not.
You say
was
that,
it?
Yeah, you didn't see the 5 the first time.
I did. I'm still really bad at reading sign language, so I'm like, what is she? Because this also is like, hello.
I can't wait
out. Yeah. But you went like this.
Right? You were like, oh.
That's 2 minutes.
Yo, that's 2 minutes.
Okay, all right.
You're crazy.
We'll be back.
You're crazy. So what's wrong with you? You ever been in New Orleans?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all gotta go.
Far.
Like, gotta go. As soon
we
as
do
they
have to
open
go.
up the world, I'm telling you. Because first of all, the tickets are dirt cheap. Just to fly down there sometimes, because I've done it since I've been here. I've been in Durham for 10 years. So I would go down there like the last 2 years before COVID. So the 2 years before COVID, I went down there for $50 each way.
Wow.
On Frontier. I packed nothing but a book bag. I rolled everything in and I just went down for a weekend. Found a hotel for another $50. I think my whole weekend was like $250 total. And all I did was just go around to different places and eat. Okay.
That was the eating vacation. I love it.
Yes, because you got the beignets down there, which is nothing but a powdered donut, but it's Cafe Du Monde. You got to go to Cafe Du Monde. I'm telling you, it's good food.
We'll go.
It's good.
There's a lot of comedy out there too,
yes,
right?
Yeah. I went down there for the Essence Festival, but I got into this competition. It was called Black Girls Giggle. And it was good. Me and Janine Slaughter, we were down there.
Oh.
Yeah, we had fun. That's where I met Woo, the comedian from Baltimore. It was fun. Nice. It was just so fun and bumping around to different clubs and different places, which is awesome. So, I mean, last week I went to Atlanta because of COVID, I was home just doing virtual comedy, finding different places, and I was doing this show, hosting this show called ATL Digital Comedy, which they always look for. You don't have to be a comic in Atlanta. You could just do it virtually, and they look for people. And I was hosting their Friday nights, their Sunday nights, and I was meeting all these different comics, and we were doing virtual open mics, and people were jumping on, and it was just awesome. So now I'm like, the world's opening back up. I got to. I can't stay in my house any longer. Let me go. And the flights on Southwest be dirt cheap. So I'll just jump on there and I'll go down there. Sometimes I stay with family. Sometimes I stay in a hotel. But I've been hitting some of the stages down there. And those open mics it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Because you want to see how it hits.
Yeah, I've
you know
heard
how
so
your
much
jokes
about it.
hit here in this Raleigh-Durham area. You want to know how the jokes hit other places. You know? You want to see if you're not just a local comic. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, because I started here, I feel like I've catered my comedy a little bit towards the taste out here. And I feel like if it had been anywhere else, that
it'd be different.
My entire sense of humor may have been different if I had started comedy somewhere else.
No.
I
don't know. I feel like if it's funny, it's funny. It's transparent. You know what I'm saying? We think about our top 3 comics that you love. I mean, I love Red Fox. I love some more. Like, I love like some old school people, but I love Kevin Hart. And some people don't like Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. So it's different comics and different things that I like. You know, I was just watching Tiffany Haddish's series on Netflix, right? So the She Ready or whatever, that was the first one, and it had some people that a lot of comics didn't know. The second one had some comics that people know who are comics, like Tony Woods wrote. He wrote for Dave Chappelle. Him and Dave Chappelle are like cool. Tony Woods is awesome. If you ask any comic in DC, Baltimore, different places, they tell you Tony Woods is the truth. He got exposed on her show, but people know. But, wow, you know.
On this show, Godfrey was there.
Godfrey was And
dude,
but
I love Godfrey, dude. His
Yeah.
impersonations are immaculate.
Yes, and
man.
it comes with practice and different things, and that's what I started to learn from other people. I'm a storyteller comic. I love to tell a story and paint a picture and give all of I like good one-liners, but I'm not. I can't make voices. I'm not I'm not that person. But then I know this guy named Derek Nicholson. He could out of Atlanta. He does Obama. He does different voices, and I'll be like, oh my goodness. I love the differences between different comics. You know, it just gives a good feel. Yeah,
there's like comics that have like very dark humor, and there's all sorts of different types. Of comics,
I mean, there's stuff that George Carlin said in the 70s that is prevalent to what's going on today. Like, are you serious? That's what comedy is supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to push the envelope. Not be raunchy and nasty with it, but also push the make it lighter. Talk about the stuff that people are talking about and find that point, make a difference in it. You know? Smart comedy.
I like to say that comedy is also one reason to do comedy is like stop people in their tracks, you know, because a good way to allow someone to question their own belief system is to make fun of it. So if I hear someone else making fun of my belief system, I'm gonna be like, maybe there is a little bit of nonsense behind how I live my life. Or if I have made up my mind about certain things in life, like certain aspects of life, if I've already made up my mind, that gets questioned, and it brings a little bit of enlightenment, you know?
I'm in this comedy group on Instagram, and they send out stuff about their flyers, have people support. You know how people don't even support each other? It takes 30 seconds, screenshot that junk, put it on your page, big deal. If they have family or anybody in that area, they're going to go, oh, there's something to do. And then they'll go out and support my friend or this one. Takes no time to do that. So I'm in this group, and they got this big chat and whatever, and this one guy said something about Native Americans. And the first thing that came out of somebody's mouth was like, oh, and you better be Native American, making that joke. And I was like, he actually doesn't have to be, because he's a comic and we're supposed to make political and make different differences and make nuances and jokes and stuff. I said, but it will have more impact if he is. And then he answered and said, yeah, I am. I'm whatever percentage, I'm this, I'm that. And I was like, okay, so it's going to punch and it's going to hurt and it's going to be better because you are. I said, but other than that, I'm so tired of people being so critical or being in the safe zone. We can't say nothing. Zone. It makes me upset.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that.
That's right.
Fuck that, dude. I'm totally on board with that shit, dude.
Yeah, push the envelope. See how it works. I mean, we're not saying belligerently coming out and just saying crazy stuff that is racist and whatever, but pulling all that kind of out of the system. I mean, we've been in the dark ages. I mean, I think I was living through when 45 was in office. I was really living through, what was that in the cartoons back in the day? You had Superman, and then it was the bad world where he was like real whatever, right? Yeah, that's the world I thought we was living in for the last 4 years. The alternate universe. Like, what? It's crazy. So now I feel a little lighter. Not that Biden is the truth and everything. He's the Messiah. No, it's not. I just think that it's going to change some of the things that we need to do. And guess what? All those Gen Zs and different ones, they're talking up and they're speaking up about stuff that's not going to work, that's been working for us, but it's not going to work for them as they come up. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That was my soapbox for today. Now that I'm off my soapbox, we can talk about whatever. You like my mohawk?
Is that a mohawk?
Yes, it's a mohawk. My sister did it for me.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like black girl magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think of it as a mohawk. It looks a little bit. Because it had the
braids and the little thing. Okay, maybe because the headphones are on, you can't see it as much as but it is a mohawk. It's like a fancy mohawk.
Nice.
I know.
You look like a Street Fighter character. Do you play Street Fighter?
Yo, Ryu kick.
Oh, you did play it.
Oh yeah. Chun-Li.
Yeah. Nice. The kick.
Yeah,
the helicopter kick. That's cool. I didn't think you played Street Fighter. That's dope.
Yeah, I used to read comic books because my uncles. All right, so my mom used to work 2 jobs. She was a single mom, so she was out there, and she had 4 children. So she was working 2 jobs, and my uncles and my grandmother used to watch us. If my uncles had to watch us, they was always taking us to either their girlfriend's house or the basketball courts. Okay, and then they hand out comic books and sit us down on the side by the gate, hand out comic books like read this. So that's how Marvel is the truth, even though DC Comics is okay, but Marvel is my heart.
I'm totally jealous, dude. I didn't get to read that many comic books.
Whoa, yeah, that's an injustice right there.
Yeah. I didn't. I watched a lot of cartoons, but no comic books growing up. Yeah. I didn't.
That was their thing. Like, that was my uncle's things. They play basketball, they play whatever. But in spades was like, woo, a big thing. I was just telling my cousin, I did a joke about it, and I was like, yeah, my grandmother banned spades from the house. She wouldn't let us play.
That's how.
Because they used to turn up the tables and cuss at each other, and they'd be like, you renege. Like, they would go crazy in there. So she was like, nobody could play spades in my house. Gambling is the devil. And that was it. And my cousin was like, Nanny used to do that? I was like, dude, yes.
Oh my God.
She stopped them. And if they have a partner, that's how I learned how to play, because they'd be like, come here. Let me teach you. And they sit you across the table and teach you how to play. So they would have.
Just because they were missing a person.
Yes, they needed a partner. Whoa.
That's crazy, dude.
It was crazy.
So crazy. You trained the kids.
Yep, they trained the kids.
The prodigies.
Yeah.
I haven't played spades.
You never played spades? No. Yeah. I don't know how to play bridge. I don't know how to play Pekino, but I know how to play spades. And it's another one they had us playing. I forgot I got to think another one. And I know how to do the hustle. Because that's what the era that I grew up in. Like, all these kids don't know, all they know how to do is twerk and do all these stupid Junebug challenges.
Okay.
So the hustle was a dance. And it was John Travolta type thing. 2 hands. They dip you, bend you over. It was crazy. So those dances I know how to do.
Nice.
Oh, I got one for you. So when families get together, right?
Yeah.
Especially black families, like, always is a cookout. It's got to be food involved. They will never not feed you. It is really improper for them not to feed you. Don't go over somebody's house. Not a black person. They be like, ain't no food. You be like, what? No, that's not happening. So my uncle in New Jersey, he used to He used to shovel through snow to get to his grill. He always grilled.
Yeah.
But he always had barbecues. So he would have he worked at this place, whatever, I forgot the name of it, but he worked at this place, and he always would invite all his co-workers over too. So it would be our family and his co-workers. So my grandmother had 6 kids. It was the Black Brady Bunch. It was 3 girls and 3 guys. So all the family would come over, nieces, nephew. Then he got all his friends from his job would come over to these cookouts, huge cookouts. So my uncle is about there dancing, and he dancing with his wife. And then my other uncle is dancing. He's single. He the player of the family, right? So he up there, he dancing, and this lady started dancing with him. So I'm thinking they getting ready to do the hustle, and me and my sister sitting down. We think they about to do the hustle and stuff, or do some kind of line dancing or something. No. The lady started backing it up on him. She was giving him all her business, right? And he was like, come on, girl, give me the groceries. Give me the groceries. And I was like, who's shopping?
Groceries?
Who gave the groceries? What groceries?
Are we at Harris Theater?
Is this Kroger's?
Oh, if this is Kroger's, I'm going to need some grapes.
Is that aisle 7 or aisle 6? Like, I need to know what she giving him. He was like, girl, give me them groceries. I was like, whoa. This is what I explained to one of my daughter's teachers. And we were talking about something, and it was my special needs daughter. I said, she's 11. My other daughter is about to turn 12, well, 13, right? And I said, the first 8 years of my daughter's life, she only knew a Black president. She doesn't know the injustices and the differences like we had growing up, that we didn't even think Black people can be president, because we had years and years and years of only seeing one race be president. And I said, and now they get to see a vice president that is female. That is like 10 times closer to one day maybe a female might be president. And that's what she gets to see now in her era. I said, but think about all the injustice and the different things that I've gone through, I've seen in my 47 years, and she's only 13. And her first 8 years was a Black president. I said her perspective is totally different than mine.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's so true, right?
Yeah.
It's like crazy. And the teacher said, I never even thought about that. I said, when 45 got voted in that night, the next day when I told her, I was like, oh, he's not, he's the president, so-and-so didn't win. Hillary didn't win. And she was like, why? He's mean. It was nothing about his color or whatever. It was all about how he projected himself. And she's at 8 years old had said, I didn't want him to be president because he's mean.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So big difference.
It impacts their personality, man.
True.
And their confidence. I think like, you know, as any ethnicity kid, like let's say you're just like an Indian kid, if you see your race progressing and there's representation in the higher ends of, you know, like government and stuff like that, you're more comfortable. You as a person, or you get confidence. You get you're like, okay, I see myself at a different level right now,
right.
You know?
You see yourself in a different light. Yeah. It was crazy because, I mean, female, I'm growing up, I didn't have Black Barbie dolls. They had Black Barbie dolls. My daughters had that. Like, you know, it wasn't, I forgot when they started making them. I had to do some research to find out when they started making them. But now they got different colored hair, different textured hair, different noses. Like, it's so different. And I'm like, we didn't have that. I mean, man, I asked my mom one year for a Cabbage Patch Kid. Right? She brought me an Angel Patch Kid. She brought the knockoff in. I was mad. And it wasn't even black. I was like, yo, at least the Cabbage Patch Kids got black ones. I wanted a black one. You could have brought it in. You gonna bring the Angel Patch Kid. I don't want no Angel Patch Kid.
I don't know what nationality Cabbage Patch Kids are. They're like, oh, I'm like,
No,
are they?
They come in all that. They got Asian ones. They got black ones. They got all
really? They have an Asian Cabbage Patch?
Yes, they do. They do. Yo, I wonder
if they have Middle Eastern ones. Oh yeah, I was supposed to introduce you.
That. I always started
forget.
Talking, but see, I started talking like blah 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 diarrhea.
Miss Al-Nisa Lawson,
aka Mizchitchat.
Thank you so much for coming out here and talking to me about, what did we talk about? We talked about
everything: family, kids, politics. I don't know, being a grown up.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of stuff, man. About religion.
A religion. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was great. That was good. I mean, and I stood on my soapbox and did all that the good stuff. I mean, I've been doing comedy for 4 years, so it's easy now. Like, it's getting easier. I think what the worst part for me is I always wrote my own stuff. Somebody asked me, do I write for myself? Well, I went to school for communications, right? I'm public relations and journalism. I love to write. Yeah. So writing my own perspective and writing jokes for myself, I'm not big time where I got somebody writing for me. No. Yeah. I literally want to take this comedy stuff to me writing for Netflix or writing for Amazon, writing for some other kind of platform. I love to write, you know, so that's what I want to do. I'm looking into getting to a screenwriting class so I can just kind of push that stuff out of me. You know what I'm saying? Listen, shoot, might as well try for these things.
Improv helps with that too.
Yeah. So maybe maybe I'll sign up for a class. I've always been scared of improv because I always feel like I got quick wit, but like I said, I'll slide in. Your mama. Like, that's not supposed to go that way, ma'am. We're talking about a tree, and if you were like, you know, what would a tree say? And I'd be like, your mama. Say, your mama.
Today I went through your Instagram and I like the type of stuff you post, like very positive, very and also like raunchy. Did you say
I'm so raunchy? I was getting ready to say positive.
No, it's very encouraging, but it's like also raunchy. Yeah, and it's also like silly. Like it's like a lot of the stuff. I like that picture you posted with the phone on the table. This is how we used to block.
That is definitely how we used to block people. Remember, you wouldn't even talk to people. You would just pull the phone off and be like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk no more." Or your mom would be like, "I don't want them calling the house," and they just take it off the phone. Right? They take it off. So you blocked them. It was the easiest thing. So now it's like people are scared to turn off their phones. Like they so attached to their cell phones or whatever. I turn my back on my phone so that I don't let me answer it. And I turn and I have a girlfriend and she does do not disturb. And she said, my son is in the house. I don't need to know about nobody else. Even if it is somebody else who passed away or did anything. She's like, as long as my son is in the house, I'll turn that do not disturb off in the morning. I have to get my peace. I can't continue to just stay connected, stay plugged in.
That's a good way to do it.
And that's so true. You got your loved one next to you. What else you need to know about?
Is she Buddhist?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like very high level wisdom.
Yeah, right, but because it's a stressor, you know, the phone. Let me see. And we always grabbing for our phone. I don't get nervous when I leave my phone at home, but then I'll be like, oh, nobody can contact me if I don't have any. What if something happens? So as long as my girls, that's the biggest package that I got going on. As long as they in a good, safe place, then I ain't got to worry about nothing. So that's how I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to know you a little bit more.
I'm glad you did tonight. Too. I'm glad you asked me to come on. I was like, yes. And I was like, bring the girls. I was like, no. I love kids. I love my kids.
This is mommy time.
But I like my time. We don't get it anymore because of COVID. We've been in the house with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it gets a little aggy. It gets a little stifling. And even them, they're getting stressed out about, they're happy to March the 15th, we get to go back to school. And I'm like, I'm glad y'all going back to school too. Yeah. You know, I want y'all to smell like outside. What? School bus?
I need dirty clothes. I'm just cleaning the clean clothes over and over again.
Over and over again. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that is so true. It's like, I don't know, just expanding. I want to travel with Let's Chat. That's the show I do on Instagram. Yeah. So that's on Sundays between 2 and 3. And I ask people to have brands, if they're actresses, if they're rappers, singers, whatever, comics, if they own their own business, I have them come on and talk about their business, talk about their brand, talk about their stuff. I just enjoy talking to people. I learn about so much stuff. Like some lady came on, Divine Wine Jelly. Wine jelly. I was like, what? They do wine jelly? I'm putting wine on toast. I'll be drunk all day.
What? I
Like,
didn't even know they had that. That's
yo,
crazy.
it's delicious. When I tell you it's delicious, and she had a little kit and everything, divine wine jelly. I'm telling you, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram.
Dude, I love people.
Look at
Like
that.
you learn so much from people.
Yes.
You're right. That's the
Every
best way to
time
learn
I'm
is to
learning
meet people.
something from
Yeah.
somebody. Like
Yeah.
I got a dude who's going to be on tomorrow, and he's talking about businesses and stocks and bonds, and I was like, love it. He said, how did you hear about me? I said, I was just scrolling the gram, and I just asked you, can you be on it? If you can, you can't. You know, it's I had these girls on that people body shame. The pretty big girl movement. There's
Yeah.
another one called the BBW Bunny Ranch. Oh my gosh. They're beautiful. They're just thick girls, like beautiful. Like, and I was like, you know, I don't go that way because I like hot dogs, not tacos, but still.
Yeah.
But still, I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. It's this other one. They play basketball. These girls, BBW girls, and they play basketball in thongs. I was like, I'm gonna go. This is so amazing.
You'd watch that?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
same. Like I can feel you. I feel like a curvy woman is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, and they're like, oh, Lizzo. There was so many people before Lizzo, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, I guess this generation, that's all they know because they see her confidence and her different things.
Yeah.
And not you like thinking, oh, not healthy, but there's
Yeah.
two different spectrums. There's the skinny girl and there's a thick girl. You got to know, like, and anyway, it's just
You're
confidence.
right. It is the confidence. It's how you command your space too. You know,
So
like
much.
that's like very important as far as what you are emitting to people and what they think of you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's just so much stuff.
Just love yourself.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. So
And then
every
people will love
time.
you too. Like that's just how
And that's what confidence. That's like the very definition of confidence. And people will love you too. You go in there and command a room. Like people always say, "Oh, Al-Nisa, I like when you do this. I like when you do that." I actually like to go into a place or a party and chill. I'll go and I'll talk to people. I don't need to be. I'm automatically loud. I'm a Jersey girl. I can't help it. What you want? You
Yeah.
know, I'm always, you know, but I like to go into a room and see everybody. I'm a people watcher. I get in there and I like to see how the things. So if there's somebody that's as equal as me that likes to be, is vibrant and whatever, I like to let them have this. Go ahead and have the stage. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in competition with your shine. And
I like it.
I love it. I love it.
You learn. You just sit back and learn. I like it.
It is so
Cheers to that.
dope. It's dope.
Cheers to
right?
learning.
Learning.